Hey guys, welcome to an episode of Plasticon Korean Knockoff Edition. Yes, Korean Knockoff Editions. I got a couple really obscure Powermaster Primes I'm going to cover in this episode. This is the box to this one. It's got a lot of cool writing all the way through it. Some of it is a hodgepodge of different cultures. It's really odd. It's not really all Korean on this thing. It's just really cool. I did notice that, you know, it's got this really cool picture of a flatbed truck with a motorcycle and two other vehicles. Sadly, that's not what comes in the box. I really wish it did. You know me, I really like odd things because you guys watched a lot of my content. But it's really cool. It's got a lot of really interesting stuff here. It's kind of like the same product shot on every side. And yes, I know this is a boring box review, but instructions are right there on the back. Let you guys get a good look at that. And there you go. That's what's in the box. Powermaster Prime with a flatbed trailer. Also comes with a couple of guns. It's pretty cool. So we're going to head over to the table and check it out. This episode of Plasticon Reviews is brought to you by Coca-Cola. Remember, save the polar bears this winter. Beginning with our very first Korean KO Powermaster Prime is the one with the flatbed. I have put a Diaclone vehicle up here just to show you guys a little bit of the scale. It's very cool. It scales very well with these, and it's spot on. It literally is Powermaster Prime size. It's kind of nice that it comes with this trailer. It does come with two guns. This one here is the missile launcher gimmick that comes with your God Bomber, but it no longer has a firing missile. You normally would just push down on this and it would fire the missile. And it's got this kind of, I don't know, the plastic quality isn't really that shoddy on this. That's what's crazy about this entire thing. It's very well built. It has a lot of heft to it. Here's the blaster cannon that comes with him, which is clearly molded from the original Powermaster Prime cannon. Here's the original Powermaster Prime cannon, and here's the KO. It's really difficult to tell the difference. The only way I'm able to actually physically tell the difference is the feel of the plastic. This has a nice glossy sheen to it, and this is the original and official one. This one kind of has a bit of a grittiness to it. So this is the KO. It's very interesting though. They both are the same size, so it's very easily, you can very easily get these mixed up. Now, something here I'm kind of noticing just by looking, as you can tell, there's a bit of a difference in the mold too. This actually has like a rounded kind of barrel portion here and here, and here it actually has little wings. And if you look in here, it's got kind of a techie detail. This one here barely has any detail whatsoever. It's missing the second line in it. So you can tell by looking at the two whether this is an original one or not, but it's very difficult just to look at first glance unless you start looking for little minor things. As for the trailer, it's not bad quality. It could be better quality, but I mean, face it, this is a Korean knockoff. Do you think they're really going for quality here? No, they're going for gimmick. And it's very interesting. This thing actually does have a little stand that comes out to allow this set by itself, which is kind of nice. So that way you can just display your trailer in the background, supporting whatever cargo it has. Now it doesn't have any flip down gimmick or anything like that. It does have plastic wheels though that roll fairly well. It's not too bad. It is a little hollow kind of sounding, but it does work very well. Now one thing I would advise though is if you ever get one of these, is don't force this thing back too far, because you could possibly snap it. I mean, I would be using very childlike hands trying to put this thing together and mess with it, because I really wouldn't want it to break. Mainly because this is a very obscure thing, and what's crazy is this trailer will fit on your original Powermaster Prime. So to kind of give you a bit of a size comparison, there you go. They're identical. Both trucks are the same. Now, quality-wise, you can't really complain much here. Obviously, you can tell the stacks kind of broke off this one. This is the American released one, by the way. I do have the Japanese one. I don't have it disassembled right now to show you that. But, yeah, he's got a broken stack. He's had a lot of love. But you know what? I really don't care. He might be old and rickety, but he still works. Does have the Powermaster gimmick, obviously. But this is the original. He does have plastic tires as well. So those who were complaining about the plastic tires or started cringing a little bit when they saw them on the trailer, guess what? The original had them too. But you guys are here to see the Korean knockoff. Look how shiny this chrome is. This chrome is unbelievable. It looks awesome. Now, they did kind of nixed a little bit on the chrome quality on the stacks, but I can't really complain much. I do like the paint scheme. The paint scheme is very interesting. It looks a lot like an Ultra Magnus, and I could probably see somebody taking this particular one and finding an old Powermaster trailer and plugging this in and painting it up to look like Ultra Magnus. Yes, I have come up with the idea myself, and I might end up doing that in the future. But it's very, very, very cool. I do like this a lot. It does have a lot of American colors. Sorry about that, but you know, it's Korea. I don't know why they did that. And what's odd is it's got this real teal colored blue around the windows. And the windows are windows. You can see through them. Unlike the other one, you actually have transparent things, so you can see a lot of techie craziness going on in here, which is kind of cool. It does have a gold grill, and this does not push in for any kind of gimmick, which means there is no Powermaster gimmick. That gimmick's been completely removed from the toy, which is kind of cool because then you don't have to worry about the little dude, Haikyuu, being lost in the middle of it all. So, what we're going to do is go ahead and transform him. And you guys know what the transformation's like. So, let's get right to that. And there we go. The not Optimus Prime. Looks very cool. I do like the colors. Has these nice chromy kind of stickers here on the front too. Which, you know, it's kind of weird. It's a couple big gigantic Autobot emblems on his chest, but you know, I can kind of look past that. He does have a very decently detailed head sculpt in here as well. They didn't really nix anything here. They did give him green eyes, which is kind of weird. But overall, a lot of molded detail. They didn't really nix much here on the robot mode. Robot mode, truck mode, looks pretty good. Can't really complain. The only thing is these don't really clip all the way back, but you can't really hold the toy for that fault. Comparing him to the original, he's spot on. Identical. Same transformation. They didn't nix anything there. Honestly, I've looked both of these up and down and I really don't see much molded detail that's different. I mean, this one here might be a little more rounded with a lot of the techie details, and this one here seems to be a lot sharper and cleaner, but it could be the quality of the plastic, and it could also be the simple fact that they're using a lighter blue and a white versus a red and a dark blue. So the plastics itself sometimes plays into the molding itself. I do like this thing, and I do highly recommend you guys finding these. They're really cool for anybody that's really into the Powermasters. Now, the gimmicks don't stop there, obviously, because everybody knows that he combines with the big gigantic trailer. Well, guess what? Taking him directly from truck mode, all you do is fold up the back. And here we go, with the Korean version within the Powermaster Prime trailer. It looks completely awesome. This is really neat. I personally am been gushing about trying to find one of these old trailers just to paint it up to match this truck. The reason being is this thing just looks awesome with the colors. The colors are just great. If all of the white was throughout the entire truck itself, like the entire trailer, it just would look freaking awesome. If this right here was like a blue, and if the legs were probably chromed out and then these bits here were painted white, or go Ultra Magnus style on it, it would really look neat. Especially with the simple fact that you have these guns sticking out on the side, and God General always had the guns, but Ultra Magnus also had stacks sticking up here. So, kind of fits. Works great. Looks awesome. Thank you, Korean guys. You guys finally did something right. Now, let's move on to the other one. Continuing on with our knockoff generation Powermasters is another one. I know the box art's similar to the other one. It's a little different. Different color scheme too. It's really cool. This one actually comes with this vehicle. It actually comes with a oversized, can't remember his name, but I know he's one of those Spark bots. I'll put it somewhere here. But yeah, really cool. Very awesome. It does come with 2 guns, but sadly the little dude doesn't have a gun. All this is false advertising. What do you expect? It's a Korean knockoff. It's all false advertising! Anyway. really cool artwork. I really do dig this. It's actually really neat. I do like that. He does come with a box trailer, by the way, which is kind of cool. And there is a picture of that, which is, this is odd because it shows he has a gun and he doesn't have a gun. Let's go over to the table. And here we are with the 2-pack combo. Now I find this very odd because the truck on this one has more green than the rest of the set. The rest of the set literally has no other green besides the truck, which I find is kind of weird. I'm wondering if maybe they got the molds switched or something with the last one I just did, considering this little guy, this oversized fizzle, actually matches the other truck very well. As you can see, these two match very well, so it kind of makes me wonder whether this should have been in that box or if it was the other one. But considering I got them both sealed, oh well. Moving on to Fizzle, he is a little oversized dune buggy futuristic race car thingy. Lots of molded detail here, guys. Lots of it. Considering I actually own the original Fizzle, granted he is slightly bigger, but not by much. Yes, I know he's slightly mistransformed because he is very old and rickety. I'm afraid he's going to snap in half. He is not really that expensive, but the problem is with these guys is these SparkBots went through a lot of torture. Let me tell you. Anyhow, moving on to the oversized one. The oversized one is pretty good. He's not bad. Got a lot of robot kibble underneath him. And move out the legs. Pull back this portion. Now this portion is slightly stiff on mine when I disconnect it, so might have to be careful if you do find one of these. And then just move his arms forward. And there you go. It's not too bad. Kind of weird, got this crazy eagle thing on his chest, and I don't think the original never did have that. But look at the head sculpt, very interesting. Do like it. He is a pretty cool little addition. Now the original, obviously you can tell there's some differences here. He obviously doesn't have the little gimmick in the middle where it sparks, and if you notice his legs are together, his are not. Got this crazy eagle thing on the front, and this one does not. Now this in here kind of reminds me of something that might come out of the Brave series, which is something I really enjoy. I do like the Brave series, and I think this is really cool. It's a nice mix-up. But it's really cool to see a Korean company take the time to remold the chest, basically put a flat piece of plastic and remold some little thing to stick to it, versus trying to just copy the mold. It is interesting, and I do find this one a lot more solid than the original, but you can't bang the original because it is Generation 2. Anyhow, let's move on to the main event. And here it is, the not Powermaster Optimus Prime 22, I guess? I don't know. It's very interesting. Now, according to the box showed a lot of stars and stuff going across the trailer. This trailer came with no stickers, no nothing. It's a very cool looking truck. I do like it. The trailer itself is very solid, but I'm going to show you this right away. It's only big enough to put a Micromaster in it. Now you guys can tell, looking down inside the trailer, there's like 3 different compartment areas. This trailer has no way of opening other than the back. This is a slight oversight because to me, if I was going to try to manufacture a trailer like this, I would have made it so you can at least pull the top off, but you can't. This trailer is solid too. It is not flimsy, crappy plastic, and that's what's crazy about this thing. And so I'm like, you know what, I can kind of oversee it, and some people might think, oh, that's kind of weird that the wheels are so close to this. Well, if you look at a lot of European vehicles, the trailers were always very short wheelbase anyway. So it's obvious this was modeled after something overseas. Now, it does have a lot of molded detail on the back of the trailer, which I do admire the simple fact that they did this. I mean, they even went as far to mold in the little locks that would actually lock the entire thing together, and it's very cool. I highly recommend this thing. This thing is awesome. But, sadly, no kickstand. What gives there? I just find that odd. That's the only thing that really is a downfall of this thing. I mean, there's no trailer holder, so it's going to sit there and do that. Anyway, moving on to the other not Optimus Prime. This one's got a lot of green in place of it, and much darker green windows. Same paint scheme. And then it's got this crazy star decal. This decal here is supposed to have went clear across the entire trailer too, which would have been kind of cool to see that, but they failed to do that. Obviously, another one of the KO cannons, and a second KO non-launching cannon. These all come with it, which is kind of cool, especially for those who are trying to complete a Powermaster Prime, or maybe get into the realm of just crazy, obscure things. This thing is awesome. I don't care what anybody says. People want to complain about, oh my god, it's a knockoff. Well, guess what? This knockoff has as much weight as the original. Speaking of the original, let's look at the two together. It's very, very cool setup seeing two of these big rigs, especially one being in a different color scheme. Now, granted, this color scheme is identical to this one, but this one has solid red stripes and blue pieces of plastic that were replaced with green on this one. Same kind of wheels, identical, they both roll very well, and there's really not that big of a difference between them. I really do enjoy them. They're not bad. Now, there is one kind of crazy thing is, okay, oh my god, hollow bits. Well, look, Hasbro's was hollow, so what's wrong with that? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Transformation, obviously, is the same. And there we go. Very simple, very easy. I love this, and this is what's cool about this guy. He actually has different colors throughout him. Now, comparing him to the other two, very interesting. Now, what's odd about this guy is he has these gigantic M's on the front. I don't know if they're like trying to homage Megatron or Ultra Magnus or what they're trying to do there, but that's just one thing I find very weird about this guy. Although I debated on maybe covering him up with other Autobot emblems, or maybe just take them off and get some repro labels for him and replace them on this guy. Could obviously, if I get repro labels, I'm not pulling these two stickers off because they're fine. But I thought about doing that. Head sculpt on this guy, very interesting. He actually has white eyes this time, which I debated because it's only a screw in the back. Unscrew it, paint the two eyes, and put the head back on, and there you go. Thought about maybe giving him blue eyes since this one over here is green. But very interesting, very weird. I do like it. And the gimmicks obviously don't stop there. Taking his truck mode, you obviously will fold him in half. Now this is where things really do get interesting. Now considering this one here had the red stripes on him, and you know it's obviously Optimus, this looks kind of cool with these little stars. The stars actually stop right here, so there's no sticker buried behind there. I do enjoy what this looks like. It looks very cool, especially with the green windows. This is like straight up some craziness that we seen when they did that Beast Hunters version of Optimus Prime with the green windows. Could imagine maybe repaint him, make him look more like that Jetwing Optimus, and use the green windows here? Could, but very interesting. I do like this. This looks very cool. It's very spot on, and it's nice because it gives you more playability for that Powermaster you guys have sitting on the shelf that obviously has been gathering dust or whatever that you don't really play with much. Try to find these guys. They're very solid. Can't complain. They do fit in there very securely too. They're not going to fall out. Unlike Generaized guns like to pop off all the time. But that's not his fault. It's just a degradation of the mold throughout the years. But very cool. Very awesome toy. Now my recommendations, get one or get both if you're lucky to get both. These guys are just phenomenal. They're very cool and they are just sweet toys. I mean, they're very well made. I mean, they're not crappy quality. It's not going to really fall apart. I mean, that might be a little bit loose, but honestly, you can look past the little teeny tiny looseness of the joints on the shoulders and make this a very awesome toy for your guys' collection. So, my final thoughts on these two KO Powermasters and the little Sparkbot dude, which is kind of a bonus. If you're a completionist and you have to have every version of Powermaster Prime, get it. I do know that there's actually a version of those that had like a dump truck portion that plugs onto the back and doesn't have a trailer. If I ever get hold of those, I'll do reviews of those as well. But I happen to like Powermaster Prime. I think it's probably one of the coolest ones that they ever released because of the gimmicks it has. But the biggest thing is it's a very, very awesome toy. Very good quality, you can't complain. But like I said, they are pricey. They're very pricey. They're very hard to get a hold of because they're really obscure. They are not easy to find, let me tell you. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will find more crazy stuff to give to you guys. Anyhow, this has been Plasticon, and this is me signing off. Peace out, you guys.